Let's do this week in astrology. This is astrology for the week of May 26th through June 1st, 2024. As the busyness of last week's full moon begins to calm down, it seems as if the new routine begins to finally settle down in our mind. The flows feel softer and less cataclysmic, a welcome relief for sure. The forcefulness of our past self dissipates, and we find a more organic and relaxed way to move into the new. Mercury and Saturn will sextile on May 27th. We notice if we have been taking others for granted, and we also notice if we are allowing others to take us for granted. We see the patterns more clearly than ever. It feels as if our mind and our reality are finally making sense. Our internal conversations seem more practical and organized. You might notice that you have brought yourself into a place where your environment can actually support this new self that is emerging. While that could be surprising, it is also relieving. Perhaps we were not as far off the path as we thought. That allows our mind to calm down and see that we have been slowly moving in the right direction all along. There is more harmony between our thinking and our planning. The visions that seemed to be next to impossible are now finally coming externally into a new form. While they are not complete, we see and experience the relief as they have cleared spaces and have done some of the hard groundwork that we can now build upon. Our mind feels clearer than it has in years, and we seem to have found a new level of personal discipline that is coming from a loving and caring connection of who we want to become. Mercury and Uranus will conjunct on May 31st. This aspect can be a bit more dynamic and dramatic. Uranus and Mercury are both mental planets, and as such, they are finally speaking from a similar place. The power of the universal mind is so strong that it breaks through the noise of our ego and allows us to move past the obstacles and barriers from our past experiences and attempt to step into a place of graceful freedom and embrace innovation. We can feel as if our thoughts are being liberated from their habitual patterns of perception. The experience seems transcendental. It can feel as if we are now able to grasp what the subtle messages are saying, and we don't need to analyze them to death. We may suddenly see the narrative of our life is no longer necessary. That incessant repetition of a story we have been feeding our body with our mind now seems inconsequential. This week feels like an invitation to engage in a very new way. When you see what you have, what you believe is possible, and you see the progress actually happening, the limitations come off situations, and we can experience life as if the universe has filled our cells with a strong and consistent wind. This week, we feel ready to embark on this journey, and excitement replaces the concerns of the control patterns of the mind. We experience a level of surrender that is different from anything previously experienced. It allows us to feel free and jubilant. Thanks, everyone.